Students, last time we have started with the standards of measurement, and we have seen the line standard, end standards, wavelength standards, then the other type of classification as primary standards, secondary standards, tertiary standards, and the working standards. And then we have proceeded for the limits, weights, and tolerances, in which we have started with the terminology. What is limits, weights, and what is tolerances, that we are going to see in detail, in which we have seen the hole and the shaft. So all the internal sizes or the dimension of a component are designated as hole, such as cylinder bore or bush ID. That can be square in the shape, that can be round in shape, whatever it may be. But any internal dimension or size is termed as hole, and every external size or dimension of the component is termed as shaft. So outer diameter of the piston or the bush body or uh, everything is external is shaft. So here the diagram is shown where the hole, how it is represented diagrammatically, where the limits are also shown, upper limits and lower limits. Then the tolerance is also shown, how much intentional tolerance is given there. Uh, then the shaft is also shown, the upper limit and the lower limit of the shaft. Then the tolerance is shown, and the allowance. Allowance is the difference between the maximum limit of the shaft and the minimum limit of the hole is the allowance, that we are going to see in detail. Then next is limits. These are the extreme permissible sizes within which the operator is expected to make the component. So whenever we are producing something, we have seen that a size is specified for that particular product or that particular part. That size is the basic size, the mean value. With the addition to this, in addition to this basic size, some tolerances are given. That means intentionally uh, plus minus, or sometimes only plus, sometimes only minus. Such type of tolerances are given, so that whatever it is produced within that range will be allowed, or we can say can be accepted. So that limit is the extreme permissible size which within which the operator is expected to make the component. So if it is going beyond that, then it will be it can be it will be reworked or scrapped. If it is below the limit, it is to be scrapped. If it is above the limit, it can be reworked. The actual size of a component should lie between limits. So whatever it is produced should be in between the limits, maximum limit and minimum limit. Maximum limit is maximum permissible size of component, and minimum limit is minimum permissible size of component. So here again the same diagram is there, upper limit and lower limit for the shaft and for the hole. Basic size is the zero line, that is the size based on the dimensional or whatever it is given. Deviations, whatever these deviations we are given, that are based on some basic size, and that is what is basic size. Then actual size is the size to which the part is produced or manufactured. So it is the size of the component by actual measurement after it is manufactured. So it should be between the two limits of the sizes. So here the diagram is shown where we can see the hole, for hole it is given and for shaft is also given. So the maximum limit for the hole and minimum limit for the hole, then the fundamental deviation is given, then the intentional tolerance is given, the lower deviation and upper deviation is given, So lower deviation should be the difference between the maximum limit or maximum of the shaft and the minimum of the hole, and the upper deviation is maximum of the hole and the minimum of the shaft. So we will see that in detail. We will see the definition of upper deviation, lower deviation. Then this is basic size. This is a clearance fit shown here because the hole size and the maximum hole size and the maximum shaft size. So that is nothing but the allowance. So for example, we can put phi. Phi is what? The diameter. That is 25. That is the basic size. Plus minus 0.5 mm means what? On either side, 0.5 is allowed. So upper limit here will be 25.0 or 25.5, and lower limit will be 25.05, and the lower limit will be, this should be 0.5 actually. 25 is the basic size, that is the diameter, plus minus 0.05, 0.5 it is given, so it should be 0.5 because here it is 25.05 is the maximum limit and 24.50 is the minimum limit. So this is this should be 25.50 and this should be 24.50. So if it is 0.5, then it should be 24.5, 25.5, and this should be 24.5. It should not be 0.5, it should be 5. So on either side, plus minus means on either side 0.5 is allowed. 24.95 can be allowed and 25.5 is also allowed. So tolerance is, it is the permissible variation in the size of component. So tolerance is intentionally given so that everything which is produced, because we are seeing variation is always there. There are so many factors which leads to the variation we are seeing, and because of that the tolerances are always given so that everything which is produced should be within limits and can be accepted. So rejection and scrap will be less in that situation. So it is permissible variation in the size of component. Tolerances are needed as it is impossible to produce the parts of exact sizes. So whatever exact specification is given, to produce a part to that specification all the time is not possible. So there will be in mass production, there are some number of products are to be produced, and all the time we are achieving the same size is not possible. So hence the tolerances are given, and this variation will be from because of the man, machine and the material and etc. So there are so many causes of variation that already we have seen. So this is the, again this hole and shaft is shown, the allowance is given. So this is a clearance fit that we are going to see what is clearance fit in detail, because the hole size is smaller than the shaft size is smaller than the hole size. Then unilateral tolerance, that is the when the two limits dimensions are only on one side, means only plus is given or only minus is given. In that situation, it will be on the one side only. So when the two limit dimensions are only on one side of the nominal size, either above or below, the tolerances are said to be unilateral. Bilateral means on both sides, plus minus. When the two limit dimensions are above or below the nominal size, the tolerances are said to be bilateral. Unilateral tolerances are preferred over bilateral because the operator can machine to the upper limit of the shaft or lower limit of the hole, still having the hole tolerance left for machining to avoid the rejection of part. So here bilateral means we are allowing the tolerance on either side. So this in unilateral it will be tolerance will be allowed only in one direction. So plus or minus. So it is म्हणजे एक तर होल हे छोटं होऊ शकते किंवा शाफ्ट हा मोठा होऊ शकतो. शाफ्ट मोठा झाला तर रिवर्क पॉसिबल आहे, होल छोटं झालं तरी रिवर्क पॉसिबल आहे. होल मोठं होऊ शकत नाही, आहे की नाही. सो होल मोठं झालं तर वी कॅनॉट रिवर्क इट, इट इज टू बी स्क्रॅप्ड. किंवा शाफ्ट छोटा झाला तरी तो स्क्रॅप करावा लागेल. सो युनिलॅटरल टॉलरन्स इज ऑलवेज प्रिफर्ड. So this is basic size or zero line. Unilateral tolerance shown on one side. This is bilateral tolerance, on either side it is shown. This is also unilateral tolerance. This is also unilateral tolerance. So it is on one side. Tolerance is given on only one side. So this is unilateral tolerance. This is unilateral tolerance minus 0.5. This is bilateral tolerance. Equal bilateral tolerance means on both sides the tolerance is given equal. So next is maximum material condition. What is maximum material condition? So in case of shaft, maximum limit is maximum material condition. म्हणजे जो शाफ्ट आहे तो त्याच्यावर मटेरियल मॅक्सिमम, त्याचं मटेरियल किती असलं पाहिजे, त्याच्या मॅक्सिमम लिमिट एवढं. त्याच्यावर जर गेलं तर ते रिवर्क करावं लागेल आपल्याला. सो मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशन फॉर शाफ्ट इज मॅक्सिमम लिमिट. अँड इन केस ऑफ होल दी मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशन इज मिनिमम लिमिट. कारण होलमध्ये मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल जे आहे ते मिनिमम लिमिटपर्यंत आहे की नाही. जर मॅक्सिमम लिमिट जर आपण कंडिशन पर्यंत होल जर बनवलं तर मटेरियल कमी होऊन जाईल. मिनिमम लिमिटमध्ये मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल राहील. होलच्या शाफ्टच्या एकदम उलटा आहे. शाफ्टमध्ये मॅक्सिमम लिमिट इज मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशन and in whole minimum limit is maximum material condition. लीस्ट मटेरियल कंडिशन जी आहे, कमीत कमी मटेरियल कधी राहील, जेव्हा शाफ्ट हा मिनिमम लेवलला लिमिटला बनेल तेव्हा मटेरियल कमी राहील. आणि होल हे मॅक्सिमम लिमिटला बनेल तेव्हा मटेरियल कमी राहील, उलटं. सो मटेरियल कंडिशन्स विल बी डिफरिंग इन शाफ्ट अँड होल. So here again it is shown the same diagram. Then allowance is nothing but the intentional difference kept between the hole and shaft. म्हणजे hole maximum limit of hole and minimum limit of shaft, या दोन मधला जो डिफरन्स आहे तो अलाउन्स आहे. द डिफरन्स बिटवीन द मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशन ऑफ मेटिंग पार्ट्स. म्हणजे मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशन्स होल शाफ्टची कधी राहील, जेव्हा त्याच्यावर मॅक्सिमम लिमिटला तो बनेल. एखादा शाफ्ट जर मॅक्सिमम लिमिटला बनला, अप्पर लिमिटला, तर त्याच्यावर मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशन राहील. आणि एखादं होल जर मिनिमम मटेरियल कंडिशनला बनलं तर त्याच्यावर हे जास्त राहील. सो त्याच्यातला जो डिफरन्स आहे म्हणजे मिनिमम लिमिट ऑफ होल आणि मॅक्सिमम लिमिट ऑफ शाफ्ट is nothing but the allowance. So difference between maximum material conditions म्हणजे होलचं मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कधी असते, जेव्हा तो मिनिमम लिमिटला बनेल. एखादं होल जर मिनिमम लिमिटला आपण ड्रिल केलं, म्हणजे ती जे बेसिक साईज आहे त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी जे मायनस साईडला जे टॉलरन्स दिलेला आहे त्या एवढं बनवलं तर त्याच्यावर मटेरियल जास्तीत जास्त राहील तेव्हा. आणि शाफ्ट कधी बनेल मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल कंडिशनला, जेव्हा तो मॅक्सिमम लिमिटला बनेल, म्हणजे बेसिक साईज प्लस दी टॉलरन्स. सो त्या दोन मधला म्हणजे मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल ऑफ शाफ्ट अँड मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल ऑफ होल, या दोन मधला जो फरक आहे दॅट इज अलाउन्स. द होल साईज इज बिगर दॅन शाफ्ट, दी अलाउन्स इज पॉझिटिव्ह. जर होल साईज त्या कंडिशनमध्ये शाफ्टपेक्षा बिगर असलं तर अलाउन्स आपण काय म्हणू, पॉझिटिव्ह आहे. आणि होल साईज जर छोटं असलं शाफ्टपेक्षा तर आपण काय म्हणू, अलाउन्स हा निगेटिव्ह आहे. सो दॅट डिसाइड्स द फिट बिटवीन टू मेटिंग पार्ट्स. दॅट विल सी इन डिटेल in the next slides. So again this allowance is shown here. So here the allowance is positive. We can see the gap between the maximum material limit of shaft and the maximum material limit of the hole. होलच्या मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल लिमिट आणि शाफ्टचा मॅक्सिमम मटेरियल लिमिटच्या मधात गॅप आहे. दॅट इज व्हॉट इज पॉझिटिव्ह अलाउन्स. देन डेव्हिएशन, it is the algebraic difference between actual size and the corresponding basic size of the composition. म्हणजे एखादा कॉम्पोनंटची बेसिक साईज किती दिलेली आहे आणि तो कॉम्पोनंटची मॅन्युफॅक्चर केल्यावरची साईज काय आहे, दॅट इज ॲक्च्युअल साईज. त्याच्यातला जो फरक आहे दॅट इज डेव्हिएशन. अप्पर डेव्हिएशन इज डिफरन्स बिटवीन मॅक्सिमम लिमिट अँड दी बेसिक साईज. Lower deviation is difference between minimum limit and basic size. So lower deviation and upper deviation. Fundamental deviation is one above these two, which is smaller, close to the zero line and basic size. So fundamental deviation any one of above two which is smaller. या दोन पैकी कोणतंही जे छोटं असेल आणि झिरो लाईनच्या जवळ असेल त्याला काय म्हणू आपण, फंडामेंटल और बेसिक डेविएशन. फंडामेंटल डेविएशन FD. So here it is shown all this. So for whole we see first, this is maximum size which you can produce and this is minimum size, right? So this is the whole to be produced. Then this is the upper deviation, difference between maximum material limit and the basic size, and this is the lower deviation, that is minimum size and the basic size, difference between basic size and the minimum size. Then this is fundamental deviation, which is the upper deviation here because it is close to the basic size. Then intentional tolerance given, this is the then basic size is there. Then this is fundamental deviation again. So we can see here upper deviation and lower deviation for the hole, that is different than the shaft because here the minimum size is maximum material condition. So lower deviation is difference between minimum size and the basic size, and that is maximum material condition for shaft, hole. Then maximum size allowed for the hole, the difference between maximum size allowed for the hole and the basic size is upper deviation, and this is the international tolerance we can say which is given. So this is what is the upper deviation and lower deviation. Then the engineering fits, depending on the tolerances which are given, the fits are decided. So when two parts are to be assembled, the relation resulting from the difference between their sizes before assembly is called as fit. So whenever two parts are to be assembled together, the relation between them, because of what, the difference between their sizes is the fit. So fit is an assembly condition between hole and shaft. So any external surface, whenever it is going to assemble with an internal surface, the relation between the two surfaces is known as fit. There are three types. One is clearance fit, second is transition fit, and third is interference fit. So here we can see what is clearance fit. Clearance fit is one in which two assembled parts are always free to move. So as the name indicates, clearance, there is a small clearance in between the shaft and the hole always. So shaft will be freely can be moved in the hole. So that is what is clearance fit. So clearance fit is one in which two assembled parts are always free to move relative to each other in the assembly. The largest permitted shaft diameter is smaller than the diameter of the smallest hole. So there is the allowance which is given as positive. That's why there will be clearance fit, because the maximum diameter of shaft, maximum limit of shaft, is smaller than the minimum limit of the hole. So here the clearance fit will be there. So we can see here, this is the clearance, this will be the maximum clearance, this will be minimum clearance, and intentionally the shaft is kept, diameter of shaft is kept less, outer diameter of shaft is kept less than the internal diameter of the hole, so that it can freely move inside. So that is what is clearance fit. The difference between the size of the hole and the size of the shaft is defined as clearance. So how much clearance is there, that will be given. Then interference fit. So interference fits are fastening between two parts in which the inner component is larger than the outer component. So it is to be forcefully fit in that. So intentionally that will be kept larger. Shaft is kept larger than the hole, so that it should not freely move. It should be a press fit, or they should get fitted properly. So interference fits are fastening between two parts in which the inner component is larger than the outer component. Achieving an interference fit requires applying forces during assembly. So it cannot be assembled easily. We'll have to apply forces because the size of the shaft is bigger than the internal size of the hole. Then there is transition fit, which is in between clearance and interference. Clearance is where the shaft can move freely. Interference is to be assembled with a force. It cannot be assembled easily. Transition fit is in between interference and clearance. So a fit between two parts in which the width of the inner part is same as or slightly exceeds than the hole. होलची इंटरनल डायमीटर आणि शाफ्टचा एक्सटर्नल डायमीटर सारखा असेल किंवा थोडासा कमी जास्त असेल तर दॅट इज ट्रान्झिशन फिट. सो रिक्वायर्स लाईट फोर्स टू असेंबल. याला थोडा कमी फोर्स लागतो असेंबल करण्यासाठी किंवा डिसअसेंबल करण्यासाठी. सो ट्रान्झिशन फिट इज requiring sometimes the force or to assemble and disassemble. So here it is shown, we can see the diameter 50.100 is the maximum limit for the shaft, 50.080 is the minimum limit. Here 50.050 is the maximum hole size and 50 is the minimum hole size. So here we can see in all the cases the diameter of shaft, external diameter of shaft is greater than the hole. Whether it is produced to its minimum limit, if it is produced to 50.080, still it is greater than the maximum limit of the hole, that is 50.050. So hence we can see that the fit here will be interference fit. Now here we can see transition. It is close as the same or just exceeding. So the upper limit for the shaft is 50, lower limit is 49.900. Here it is 50.050 and 49.950. So it is hardly some difference in between this hole size and shaft size. So it is transition fit. Here you can see the clearance. Here the shaft maximum limit is 49.950, minimum limit is 49.900. For a hole it is 50.050 and the lower limit is 50. So in both cases, whatever shaft we produce in between these limits will be assembling or getting assembled with this freely, because the hole size is bigger than the shaft. In whatever the tolerance is, the size is 50.50 maximum and 50 is minimum. So there will be clearance fit in between shaft and the hole. So this is what is interference fit, transition fit and clearance fit. Diagrammatically we can show it like this. Then next is here the hole basis system and shaft basis system are given standard, with the help of which we can get the fits, different type of fits we can get. So if it is mentioned hole size H1 C H11 oblique C11, shaft size C11 H11, it is description of this particular ISO symbol. You can say loose running fit for wide commercial tolerances or allowances on external members. So in this manner, the clearance fits, transition fits and interference fits are symbolically represented in an assembly. That this symbol is given, it means from this symbol we come to know that what sort of fit is there, what motion in between or what relation in between that two mating parts that we can get it from this type of symbols for the hole size and the shaft size, or you can say hole basis system and shaft basis system. So hole basis system for getting the fits and shaft basis system for getting the fits. So depending on this type of symbols, we can get this description is also given that for this symbol what sort of fit we can get. So here it is mentioned from this H11 to H7, H6, we can have the clearance fits. From H7 K6 to H7 N6, we can have transition fit. From H7 P6 to H7 U6, we have interference fit, and the description regarding the we can say the details of these symbols uh, regarding the fits is given on the right side. So this will see when see the problems on designing of gauges. So this type of symbols, ISO symbols, are put to know the type of fit in between two mating parts. Then examples of fits, we can say gear sliding on shaft is a clearance fit. So if it is sliding on a shaft, it can move to and fro, then it is nothing but a clearance fit. The interference fit, we can see the press fitting of shafts into bearing. So bearing, if we are fitting a shaft into bearing with the help of certain force, with the help of some press, then it is interference fit, because the shaft diameter is intentionally kept slightly larger than the internal diameter of the bearing, so that it will be fit, press fit, and hence we can have the interference fit. Transition fit, we can see shaft of wheel and wheel assembly. So we can have shaft and wheel assembly where we can get the transition fit. So transition fit is in between clearance fit and interference fit. So in next video, we'll see the details of this fits.